Hi guys, I'm Cody Jay and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now today's video is a pretty exciting product review for you guys, and today we're going to be reviewing the Lunar Beauty Moon Prism Blush Palette. So if you guys are ready to get interstellar with me, keep on watching. Okay guys, so this video is not going to be the video that I really wanted to give you today because I already filmed this video about an hour ago. And I got a new microphone and forgot that now I have to actually turn it on and off instead of just having it plugged in. So when I went to get my thumbnail for this video, I realized that there was no sound. So here we are, full-faced, blush on. So I'm sorry this video is going to be a little bit different than it originally was, but nonetheless, I'm going to give you guys a start-to-finish review on the Moon Prism Blush Palette from Lunar Beauty. So just jumping right into it. This is the packaging. It has a stunning pink to purple ombre effect going on. Now I love the entire aesthetic that Lunar Beauty has. It's literally right up my alley. I mean, hello, y'all know I love pinks and purples, so this is everything. Now opening this bad boy up, it looks like this. It has these really cool 3D little like moons and planets or whatever they are. I'm not an astrologist, but it has all these like 3D things on it that you can feel, which I think is pretty neat. Now on the back, it has all the typical information. It has all of the Lunar Beauty social media links and website. This palette is 0.96 ounces and it is cruelty-free and vegan. It also has a 12-month after opening period, so once you open it, it's good for a year. Now inside, this bad boy looks like this. So it comes with a pretty decent sized mirror, which I think is great. Some people like a mirror in their products, some don't. I personally don't really care because I don't really use them that often, but for this video, I'm going to. Now, as you can see, there are 6 shades to choose from. There are 5 matte shades, which are these top 3, and then these bottom 2. The one down here on the bottom left, well, my left, is called Soleil. Now, Soleil has a little bit of shimmer in this blush, so it has like gold reflex in it. So if you want a little extra pizzazz, Soleil will be the one for you. So I'm gonna swatch all 6 of these for you guys right now. Now, I've never claimed to be a professional swatcher, so don't like come at me, but we're gonna start with the top row first. We're gonna start with Pink Moon, which is a pale, very pale pink. We have Twilight, which is more of a coral orange. Then we have Spacey, which is a terracotta. Now we're going to put them right across my arm. Now this one is very hard to see on camera and in person because it's a very pale pink. And the next one is the orange-based one. Then we have the dark terracotta. So that's the first 3. So now let's jump into the bottom row, starting with Soleil, which has the iridescent gold reflex. Then into Stargaze. These are very soft. Then we're gonna go into Gravity, which is the dark brown. And we're gonna continue like so. Then we're gonna do the second one. And then the third one. That one is beautiful. This is my favorite, I think, which is Gravity. And I also love Soleil, which has a little reflex in it. It's a lot more pink in person than it is in the pan, so keep that in mind. Okay, so for me, I'm not somebody who loves a lot of pink and orange on my face, a lot of reds. That's not my vibe. I like more of the tan and the dark and the browns and the bronze. So I don't typically wear blush, but I would like to start just to give my face a little bit more oomph, which as you can see, I do have blush on now. It does give that little extra, step up, which is what I've been kind of looking for. So I'm going to be dipping into Gravity and Spacey, which are the 2 darkest ones. I'm going to lightly tap into them. Now, there is some fallout in this pan, which it's not crazy, but there is some fallout. I don't know if you can really see, but if you are somebody who just can't handle fallout, you absolutely don't like it, it's just an absolute no for you, this product is probably not going to be for you. But if you don't care that much like myself, then I say try it out. So I do already have this on, but I'm just going to show you guys anyway. So it does apply pretty pigmented right off the bat. Now the product description does say it's more of like a medium pigmentation and it's very buildable, but I would say that realistically it's actually pretty intense in my opinion. Now I know that I'm using the darker shades in the palette, which with me being pretty fair shows up a lot more intensely, but I do feel that overall they are pretty pigmented. Now if the shades you choose are a little bit too pigmented, just take your beauty sponge and just stamp over it and it'll help diffuse it, blend it out and tone it down just a little bit. Just go in circular motions and just stamp over it. Now, if you're using one that has a little bit of foundation left over it, that would be best. This one I just actually washed, so there's not really any foundation left, so I'm just going to stamp it a few extra times. So as you can see, it definitely tones it down, but it still gives you that little extra color, which is what obviously the point of blush is. Now this palette retails for $35, which I don't think is too bad given that it's beautifully packaged. The aesthetic is amazing. I think the pan sizes are very, very appropriate. You have a mirror in here, which is a very decent sized mirror. It doesn't feel cheap, it doesn't feel tacky. It has a nice weight to it, but not in like a bulky way. But it's light enough that you can hold it and it doesn't like make your hands or your wrist feel weird like that, which for some people is a plus and a must. Now I feel like when you're purchasing products from an influencer-based company, I feel like you should expect products to be a little bit more expensive just because they're not produced at such a massive scale like brands like MAC or Morphe or, you know, ColourPop even. You know, they can get stuff for like pennies on the dollar. So I would always say to expect that influencer-based makeup lines should be a little bit more pricey, and that's okay. Now, since this video is just a review on this blush palette, of course it's not gonna be the longest video in the world, so I pretty much have given you guys all the information that needs to be given to you guys, and I'm gonna run through my final thoughts. So starting with the packaging, like I said, I think it's stunning. I love the colors, I love the entire aesthetic of Lunar Beauty. I love the little 3D effect you have going on, and you can literally touch the planets and stuff. I just think everything about it is so stunning, so aesthetically pleasing. Now inside, again, it has a really nice size mirror. The pan sizes are really nice. Now I think the best quality of this blush palette is the color choices. There's such a range of colors to choose from that it definitely should be able to fit any skin tone. And I feel like you can definitely find a shade in here that fits you, and I think that's something that's super important. I do love the addition of the shimmery blush down here at the bottom, which again is called Soleil. I think it gives you a little extra pop, which we all sometimes want and need. I think the only negative about this entire thing is that there is a bit of fallout, and now if you don't know why fallout happens, typically, I can't speak for this palette, you know, specifically, but typically when a powder product is pressed into a pan, the more pressed it is, the less pigmentation you're gonna get because it's in there so tightly. So if you have a powder product or like an eyeshadow, for example, and you have a lot of fallout, typically that's because those powders are not pressed in super, super tightly, which means you're gonna have more pigmentation, but then you have that fallout. So really it's kind of one of those things that's like user preference. So if you're looking for a product that's not super pigmented, look for products that are really tightly pressed down, because then you're not gonna have a lot of fallout, which means you're not gonna have a lot of pigmentation. So it's one of those things to keep in mind. I don't think there's enough fallout in here for this to be like a flop. I think it's really, really good. I don't think it's too crazy, to be honest. So overall, is the Lunar Beauty Moon Prism Blush Palette Cody Jay approved? Yes, it absolutely is Cody Jay approved. So you guys, that is today's product review. I hope you enjoyed it so much. If you guys would like to keep up with all things Cody Jay, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok, all at Cody Jay Artistry. And of course, if you enjoyed today's video, please make sure you give it a big thumbs up down below. Click that big red subscribe button to join my YouTube family. Turn on my YouTube video post notifications by clicking that bell icon and switching it to all. And I thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I will see you in the next one.